Well, hello everybody. It's a very exciting moment. I have just opened the Women's Prize for Nonfiction Longlist 2024 and I'm really pleased with it. It's very varied, it's very diverse, and without further ado, I ought to mention what they are. So first up is Thunderclap by Cummings, a wonderful book about art, about 17th century Dutch art specifically, and also a memoir which links to her relationship with her father. Then we have Doppelgänger by Naomi, Klein, which is a fascinating, very sort of political, very forensic exploration of the things that can happen on social media and how your identity can be confused with someone else and the consequences of that, but also goes much more deeply into how it affects politics as a whole and arcs right round to the situation in Israel and Gaza at the moment. A really clever piece of writing. And then next, I'm just looking down to check I don't get this wrong. It would be awful if it was wrong. What have we got next? We have A Flat Place by Noreen and Masud, which is a beautiful, exquisite memoir about Noreen's experiences of growing up in Pakistan and then having to leave at 16, about the damage that her early relationships had upon her and how she suffered from trauma, but how Flat Places brought her some kind of relief, at least, from these experiences and some understanding. It's an absolute gem of a book. Next up is All That She Carried by Tiya Miles, and that's a book about slavery in the southern states of America, particularly in Carolina, and the whole investigation starts with this sack in which a woman placed some items to transfer to her daughter when she knew her daughter was going to be sold into slavery. And Tiya Miles explores the history of slavery through these artifacts. Very important book, really enlightening about slavery, and also about how very simple, just a sack, very simple objects can, if they're studied and looked at carefully, can reveal so much about the past. It's another really interesting piece of writing. Then Codependent, which is the first one that featured on my own personal shortlist, by Madhumita Murgia. And that is an exploration of the impact of AI on our lives. It's truly terrifying in places, but also actually quite optimistic too. And she uses lots of fantastically interesting and absorbing case studies to educate. That's her aim. She wants to educate people like me, people like you, about the impact of AI on our lives, and it's coming, it's there already, it's already behind the scenes affecting how we feel about the world without us even realising it. And then last but by no means least, you'll realise these are in alphabetical order, there is How to Say Babylon by Safiya, Sinclair, which again made my own personal shortlist. It's a fabulous memoir, really beautifully written, and also very pacey read. I couldn't put it down, about her experience of growing up Rastafari in Jamaica, and again the impacts of her childhood, her relationships. It's a book full of poignancy, I felt. So an astonishing list. Congratulations to all those shortlisted authors. They're all there, absolutely on merit, and I think it's a list that really reflects the diversity of topic that was covered in the long list. There are books that I'm disappointed not to see on there, but there already always will be. And I think this shortlist is a really good reflection of the range of topic and the range of quality of style. Every single one of these books is absolutely beautifully executed, beautifully structured, really very well researched, and demonstrates the heights of what women can achieve as writers and creators. It's also, it crosses the globe. So we have Canada represented, we have the US represented, we have Britain represented, we have Jamaica represented, but we also have places like Pakistan represented. As I said earlier, the Israeli Palestinian conflict is touched on Naomi Klein's book. So it's got a real global sweep. And I think it's a really hard-hitting shortlist. So yeah, I'm really pleased, and may these books fly. And how on earth they're going to choose a winner, I just don't know. I wouldn't want to be in their shoes. But thank you, Women's Prize, for all that you do to promote women's literature. And you know, I think this new Women's Prize for non-fiction is an absolutely superb and much needed endeavour. Anyway, that's enough from me. Over and out. Happy celebrating. Bye.